Doctor Who, Christmas of the Squid. Chapter 4, Squid under the Mistletoe. "But that's impossible!" exclaimed the Doctor as he stared down his little microscope at a slide of Squid's blood. After a moment of no reaction, he looked around the Tyler kitchen to find Jackie was preoccupied with cooking. "Jackie! But that's impossible, Jackie! Jackie!" The Doctor tried again.
"Not now, love. I've done like the perfect batch of flapjacks. Been trying for donkeys, they keep going wrong. Today could be the day." Flapjacks.
Jackie chuckled. Mickey then shuffled in, observing the scene of flapjacks and science with cold, faintly glowing eyes.
"Ah, Mickey, love, there you are. Come and sit down and have a cookie. You must be starved. I haven't seen you eat all Christmas, stranger."
Jackie realised.
"What are you, some kind of robot that don't require sustenance?"
Mickey froze. The Doctor looked up from his microscope. Jackie stopped spooning syrup, and the flapjack tray sat still. Silence hung over the kitchen, and a bead of synthetic sweat ran down Mickey's forehead. I don't," he began. Then Jackie burst out laughing.
"Nah, love, I'm only joking with you. I was trying not to mention your edible bowl to save you the embarrassment." "Oh, cock it."
Jackie faltered, realising she had now mentioned it. "Anyway, what have you discovered in the Squid's blood, Doctor?" asked Mickey, leaning in and gripping the table. "Well, Mickey, it's quite impossible. The Squid's blood contains traces of Christmas particles." The Doctor spun round, eyes wide and mouth dripping with stolen syrup. "Christmas particles confirmed. The Squid has been activated," Mickey announced. "Mickey, why do you sound so monotone, so droning, so robotic?" the Doctor asked, slowly narrowing his eyes. Jackie dropped her spoon. The Doctor stared up at Mickey, and Mickey gripped the edge of the table so synthetically tight that it snapped off. In his mind, Mickey imagined snapping Jackie's neck, grabbing her spoon, and then embedding it in the Doctor's head in order to make his escape.
"There's our Mickey,"
laughed Jackie.
"Don't you go done without their emotions."
The Doctor and Jackie laughed together, because this was true and just like Mickey. "The Squid will be captured, and then this dimension shall be ours," Mickey said, letting the fragments of table fall to the floor before walking out of the kitchen with a determined grimace plastered across his face. The Doctor and Jackie continued laughing until their riotous guffawing died down to some chuckling and tutting. "Wait, what?" the Doctor suddenly asked, looking after the stomping Mickey. Rose and Squid re-entered the flat. They were both tired from their shopping and soul-searching and looking forward to some well-deserved rest. As they plopped down their shopping bags, Rose looked up and noticed the decorative mistletoe dangling down from the ceiling, hanging above the girl and the Squid standing just a bit too close.
"Mistletoe. Funny that,"
said Rose, licking her lips and wondering where this could go. Squid stood stock still, awkwardly oblivious, as Rose began to lean in towards him. Abruptly, Squid was wrenched out of sight, eyes wide and tentacles flailing. Rose yelped as she saw Mickey wrapped tight around Squid's waist, tackling him into the living room. They landed on the floor with a thud, and Squid felt an unusually strong hand grab at his face. He screamed in distress. "It's time you were off, mate," grunted Mickey, trying to sling Squid over his shoulder.
"Mickey, stop it!"
cried Rose, rushing into the room.
"Mickey, don't eat us, you were just talking."
She watched as Mickey managed to hoist Squid up, despite his thrashing, only to be confronted by the solemn and sexy shape of the Doctor in the doorway. Rose gasped. "Not so fast! You're not getting away with this!" growled the Doctor, before suddenly sweeping at Mickey's feet, causing him to topple backwards, sending Squid flying. He landed right on top of the glass coffee table in the centre of the room, smashing it to pieces.
"No, boys, please, don't you all fight over me."
Rose giggled in delight from the doorway. The Doctor grabbed Mickey up by the collar of his shirt and started punching him in the face. "I am the Doctor," the Doctor spat, pausing after each word to accentuate it with a punch. Mickey's head bobbed lazily. Rose thought this brawl was the most romantic thing she had ever seen. Three guys, all kicking each other's faces in to try and win her affection. This was a Nicholas Sparks moment for sure. Suddenly Squid burst up from behind them, scattering small shards of glass as he left. He was wild and manic, caught up in the excitement and also mentally snapping a bit. He flew at the Doctor and Mickey, piling on top of them and squishing the three down in a sandwich of bodies.
No, stop it,
said Rose unconvincingly.
I feel something for all of you, and I can't hide from that. It's just so confusing. I have to be true to the art, but it's conflicted. I just can't choose.
Even though she had pretty definitely decided she was choosing the Doctor, it was romantic to see him bludgeoning her other suitors. An almighty tearing sound suddenly cut through the living room, causing everyone to falter. Squid slowly looked down to find Mickey's severed head clutched between his hands. Squid screamed. Mickey's eyes snapped open abruptly.
Squid, you are the final key to my master's freedom. He is the god of...
Squid screamed and threw the head down onto the floor where it landed with a squelch and crunch.
I am a servant of the being who plans to...
Squid stamped on his head while yelling out in panic. After a moment of silence, Squid calmed down, breathing heavily. The remains of the head lay still a few feet from the body.
First, he shall consume Christmas.
Squid roared in terror and grabbed a baseball bat, which he proceeded to use to smash the head, over and over. Smash, smash, smash. Rose and the Doctor winced with each hit, but continued watching as Squid bludgeoned the head until it was in 1,000 pieces. And even then, he kept on hitting. At this point, Jackie wandered in.
You killed Mickey!
Exclaimed Jackie.
Rose, Jackie, I know this is difficult to accept, but Mickey was evil this whole time. He was planted here to find and capture Squid.
The Doctor explained, placing a comforting hand on Rose's bum.
I don't believe it,
said Rose, looking down at the headless, sparking body.
It's hard, I know, but you have to move on. It's best to forget about him and move on to seeing other people. Go on some dates. It's what he would have wanted,
said the Doctor gently.
No, Doctor. I mean, Mickey's always too weak-minded and pathetic to be a mastermind. He must have been working for someone. Or something,
said Rose. Finally satisfied it wasn't going to move again, Squid dropped the bat and abandoned the head. He looked up at the other three and blinked. Suddenly the fire alarm started wailing and Jackie flapped her arms in distress.
The flapjacks have been ruined!
She cried, running into the kitchen. At that moment, an interdimensional portal tore open in the street outside the Powell estate.